was thinking about a lot about the car and decided to actually pull the diff out. So pull the good old shitty NA diff out of the car and the axles to put in the big boy. So you can see the difference in sizes a lot. Hoping that thing does not do me wrong though. Even the axles, if you look at these axles compared to those, pretty big. Even the stub shaft, so turbo stub shaft and then non-turbo boy. So we should be good to maybe raise the boost now that we have stronger rear end. Maybe the transmission doesn't break, but yeah, definitely way heavier. So you can see how big it is, way heavier to do. But all I have to do now is change these because this diff was actually in the Miata. So I had these Garage Star bushings in, but for the FC you actually put them upside down, and I'm putting the thicker ones from PBM. But to push those out, put these ones in, put those in here because it's going in the Miata now. If it held that much power on a big ass car, it should be fine in a Miata. So we cycle to the next car because there's no point throwing shit away. And I have to change the front bushing also into the new one. But I mean, for this it's pretty easy. The way I always done it is camber arm off, basically front mount off, and just let it hang by the coilovers. Now we can actually get to the front of the diff, which is this part right here. This is what kept breaking on Hertz's car, because this wasn't there, and where is it? And he was missing this part too. So I always had that shit on my car. That's why I never had issues with the diff actually flopping out of the car. It would just break instead. So now we should be good to go. Cannot get this bushing off. No matter what I try, I can't get it off, and it needs to come off. So I'm probably going to go spend more money right now with the snap-on guy because I don't have a puller set. So I need to get a puller set to then throw the big ass heavy diff onto the press, get those bushings out, throw the diff back into the car. I might have some axles coming in. Andy's tires, my boy Andy, he told me he might have some spare axles, so I might be good, just because I haven't put the diff on because I have one good axle and one's shattered. I got it like that, so I got the diff really cheap. Actually, I didn't even pay for it, I got it for free. So I need to get this one rebuilt and then collect another spare axle just in case. But basically right now it's just like stopped until I get that bushing out so I can put everything back in. And I also got Royce working on other cars because we need to get shit done. I gotta mid this, I have to jump on my old FD. I don't know if you guys ever seen this thing. Excuse me, my old baby. Race pack and all. After I sold it, we've been doing some updates. Get the car to 110% pretty much. So he let it sit for about a year. So we gotta do new injectors, clean the fuel filters, fuel pumps, like all that crap. And we ended up doing dual oil coolers. The problem was that since the fitment was too crazy in this car, I actually had to end up cutting this whole section here because the wheel would hit and not turn. That meant that when we went to get the dual oil kits, they didn't fit because it was missing this whole bracket. So I had to get Sergio to come make this bash bar to use it as an oil cooler mount, which I mean, it came out sick as hell. The only issue is that now, since we moved the oil coolers a little farther away, the line doesn't reach. So this line, all I have to do is extend this line to the oil cooler again and put oil in the car, turn it on, get it ready, get it out of here so you can start driving it. And one less car I have to do. I still have to go jump on this one also. This is Luis's car. He had a really shitty intercooler, so we're actually making him a second intercooler. using the vibrant core, but I'm waiting on an end tank from Rob. So waiting game. Let's have to hop from car to car, because it does me no good to just spend a day in one car when I run out of parts. I have to like do a little bit here, jump into the car, jump into the car, the whole fucking day just jumping from car to car pretty much to get everything done. That's why these toys, this one, that one, and that one, take forever to get done, because I don't have time. I have to do so much shit throughout the day, and it's mostly me here, and sometimes it's Royce, but mostly me.
Somebody come and look at this.
What? Bro. Finally got done with some of the customer work, so I was able to get back to the FC. I didn't have the tool to pull the bushing off. Neither the Snap-on guy or the Macro guy in stocks that had to order it, so I decided to go on the street and get someone to do it. And just my luck, the dude broke my fucking diff. He tried to tell me I had the wrong bushing, even though you can tell he was clearly not doing something right. Not a big deal. I mean, I can weld it. It just sucked. So basically, it was a nice diff. Now it's like it's cracked. These are super easy to put in. I don't know how the hell he messed it up. To make it even easier, people just freeze them. But I put these in my car, Hertz car, like all my customers' cars before, without messing anything up. And I got to do more shit now, so I have to clean this up really nicely. I hate welding cast. That's why I cut a angle, this whole cut, angle the other way, and just tighten the shit out of it so it seals up again, and then weld it. So much for putting the diff in today. Fairly used to this process because I use it when I buy wheels for drifting that are a little cracked, or my friend's wheel had to fix and weld. So you can see I cut a groove all the way down, all the way around on the basically where it cracked at. My plan now is to actually put the diff on the vise with the bushing in it, and just crank it all the way to the gap is like barely noticeable, and then tack weld it. Then take out the bushing, and then finish welding in and clean it up and basically get everything done. But I have to heat the shit out of this, so the best way to get this shit to work to weld nicely is I have to heat the shit out of it. So hopefully it doesn't start leaking over here. I'm gonna be mad, but yeah, this thing needs to get hot because my little welder does not have enough power. Like I'm still on a basic entry-level miller. Haven't had a need to grow out of it, but when it comes to stuff like this, I need to preheat the metal a lot before I can actually mess with it. You can actually see the crack. As soon as I start tightening it, you'll see it starts closing up. Now it's completely closed up. So the plan worked pretty good. Now I just gotta heat it up. So I got the 3 tack welds in. See, it's pretty good. Everything lines up really nice again. So now I can start welding from here and all the way around. And once the outside's welded and cooled down, then I'm gonna clean the inside and do a little bit of welding the inside to make it strong. But as you can tell, the bushing goes in and out perfectly, so that's what mattered. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna let it cool down, because if I try to to clean up the other side right now. Since the aluminum is so hot, it's just gonna chew up on the bits and it's gonna clog them. So this is already cooled down. I went ahead and I cleaned the inside out to do a slight little welds in there, just to kind of smooth it out. And then I have the bushings in the fridge for like the past 2 hours, so they should be really easy to go in. I'm just doing that just to be careful, because since this shit broke, I don't want it to break again. But the welds are pretty sick. Welded it, let it cool down. I mean, I forced it cool down by blowing air on it, and then went back at it with the burr tool and cleaned it all out so it's smooth. So now I can actually put the bushing here. I was about to give up on the FC because all my friends suck, so no one wanted to help me put the diff back in. And out of nowhere, I noticed in my camera that there are these people outside looking at the FD, like the one outside. So I went out and basically sucked him to help me put the diff in. So diff is in. Good old boy, T2 is in there. One thing I did mess up, which was this. I had to adjust the camber arm. I don't know why I had to. It just was almost like half an inch short from what it was with the non-turbo diff. No idea why it was like that, but I just adjusted it just so I can get everything on. And I'll probably just mess with it, take it to the alignment shop again. But diff is in, factory driver is in, and one axle boy is in. So I only got one axle right now. So I need to find another axle and a spare axle. So I need to find another axle and then a spare axle so I can bring it to the track just in case. Because this one, I got it all fucked up. So I need to rebuild this one. And then I have an extra stub shaft just in case. I'm just trying to be ready so when I go to the track, I had to leave early like last time because my shit is broken. So as of right now, new diff is in, new drive shaft is in, and new transmission is in. Tomorrow, which is the last day I have, I'm actually gonna do the oil change, fill the transmission up, fill the diff up, go through the whole car, nut, bolt, and check everything, and it should be good to go. And tomorrow I also have to pick up a trailer so I can tow the FD. I have to tow the FD and drive the drag car. So my brother was supposed to come out here to drive the drag car, and he's not now. So almost ran out of options. I was not gonna take the FC. But I talked to my good friend Royce, so Royce is gonna end up driving the FC. I might have to detune it because he's used to a non-turbo car that makes about 210 to 215 to the wheels, and this is another extra 300 horsepower he's never been used to. So I don't know yet. I might trust him with it, just in case someone wants to fuck around with him. You can just let him have it, or down tune it. Not sure yet. But that one's getting driven there. That's getting towed there, and then I'm personally driving the drag car because that one I do not trust anybody with that car. Only me and my brother, because that car is way too fast. Someone can actually get hurt in that thing. So I'm gonna drive that in the street to the car show, and then the next day I have to come back, put the FD in the air, take off all 4 wheels to bring it with me with spares, so I can go drifting with this thing Sunday at Andy's sleigh day. So if you want to see me drifting this thing and sucking and Hurt driving his car too, Sunday Apple Valley Speedway, both our cars are going to be there. My goal is to actually drive with Hurt, so we'll see what happens. Now I'm a little bit confident because I actually have the diff that won't break, so I might be able to adjust the damping a little bit in the coilover so I can get a little more grip out of it. But overall, like, super thankful for the people that came to help, because they're literally they were just kids from UTI, which is a school out here for cars. So I gave them a little tour as a thank you for helping put the diff in. Super thankful for that, because if not, I would have just been I don't know what I would have done. I probably wouldn't even put the diff on because it was so heavy. Even with them helping, it was still like a little pain in the ass, but it definitely helped a lot.